ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಬೋರ್ ಹೊಡಿಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿನಾ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಡೋಕ್ಕೆ? ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೂ ಜೋರಾಗಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ನೀವೇ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಕೈ ಎತ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಆಟ ಆಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೈ ಎತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೀವು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಪವಿತ್ರ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ರೂಮ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ರೂಮ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ದು ಲೈಬ್ರರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಿದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಆದರೆ, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಓದಿ, ಆಯಿತಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ್ ಸರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು LLF ಫೌಂಡೇಶನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಅವರು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ನ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಫ್ರೀ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ.
ಮೈಕ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕರೆ ಸಾಕು, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಯಾರು? ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಒಬ್ಬರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರಿ, ಸೊ ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಗಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಏನೇನೋ ಸಾಮಾನಿದೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೋಡೋ ಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಗಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೈ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ನಿಮ್ಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮಾನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಐಟಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟಿ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಐಟಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು 3-4 ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದರ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡೋದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನೀವೇನು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ನೀವೇನನ್ನ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದಿರಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಏನು ವಸ್ತು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ವಸ್ತುದು ಶೇಪು ಅಥವಾ ವಸ್ತುದು ಫೀಲು, ಆ ವಸ್ತುದು ಏನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನುಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಟಚ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಅನುಭವ ತಾನೆ, ಮುಟ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದೊಂದು ಅನುಭವ ತಾನೆ. ಮುಟ್ಟಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದೆ ಏನಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಣನೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಆ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನೀವೇನು ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು. ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ?
ಅದ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಗೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವೇ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಔಟ್.
ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಓಕೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು?
ಅಮೃತ.
ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ನೀವು? 9th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಅಮೃತ 9th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಅವರು ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಅಮೃತ, ಇವಾಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮುಟ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ನೋಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದ್ರ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್
Because many times the toilets are not also
Toileting is extremely important.
especially girls, and you need to have more separate and properly done with water.
I am very pleased to see Boeing's name on a toilet. Very excited. So do we go? Yeah.
We can have a look at
Two is this side or two is that side?
Especially the boys and girls.
Yeah, both I can use that.
So it's the boys and girls?
Yes, yes. So here we are provided to wash water and everything.
I'll test it out.
Yay, working.
Excellent.
Towel you require?
No.
Totally we will take this all in government school only. This one of ours.
This is the
I like the
Sulabh team.
क्या कम है?
this is the
You guys can check this one out.
Yes.
Basically,
four boys and
this
girls.
school actually do you know.
Ah,
So you know.
yeah.
Total 350 students, but there were no toilets.
Really? Not a single one.
There was a toilet, but it's very bad.
Very
condition.
bad condition.
We have built it two.
Only thing that we could have got boys got urinal and stuff.
Exactly. We have one more we have provided urinal only. Exactly. That's the right of
It's a pleasure. It's an honor. What a fun.
furniture, they can teachers training, they support to us full time and over 3 years. And we really aim, and this is what we have been trying to do internationally, we have about 350 such libraries. And the aim is that by end of 3 years, children just develop the habit of reading. So that's the goal.
So I just joined the board
So, with support from Boeing, and as I said, there are books, there are furniture, and every teacher's training that is also happening. And the good thing about this is every class, every week will get a chance to access this library. And the library books are available for children to take their home, read aloud with their families, and that's one of the things that we really appreciate. The books are out in open. There are no books that are covered. In the racks are there, and read any book, take the book to your home. So that's the.
Also, when you notice that there's now the language and the language content.
Yes.
Yeah. Development of children.
This is what we call as reading cards. This is in addition to the books. These are very simple and also very, even if they clear or something, so we can provide them very easily. So in addition, so there is a reading material which is there.
So what
So this different house of different animals. So this is about what is the kind of, he's searching for his house. The story is all about. Okay, so then he's seeing a rat. Yeah, a spider, house of a spider, house of a bird, and then this is for termites. So this is again, and then he finds a house for himself. Home, I would say, rather. Yeah.
This is Chikka Kumkar.
Yeah, Chikka. This is Junior Kumkar.
And the books are developed for students. So, for example, the student who comes in standard 1 would like to have very small these books. May want to have some only picture books, no text at all. So we have kind of leveled it according to the competency of students, so that there is a book for every child.
So there's a very large number.
We are trying that.
Because with one side English and
Yes.
one side
Bilingual.
bilingual,
Yes.
the Kannada would be a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah. Bilingual is what, as an organization, we kind of won't promote technical, but we are trying to provide books in English and also in Kannada. That would suffice the purpose.
Because you know what is happening? Because when they are in the primary, like they are all learning in English.
So that is why what we are
From
trying
standard
to
1 now English has been introduced as
in
well.
English. So that is for the purpose. Yeah. At a time, they should not be two language.
One of the active members of this library committee. So, for example, what we have done is kind of
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಆನೆಗಳು ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೆಡವಿವೆ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೊಸ ಮನೆ ಹುಡುಕಬೇಕು ಅರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆದರೆ ಇದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿದೆ ವಾ ಜೇಡನ ಬಲೆ ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮುಳ್ಳುಗಳು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತವೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಂದದ ಗೂಡು ಆದರೆ ಎತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿದೆ
Another thing I would like to
well done.
very good. So on the walls, so we provide them exposure to text everywhere. So if you look at the illustration also, there's a lot of text. So they will be always seeing something, so that will go to their
Yes.
laptop and then it will be reflected.
In language development, that's a critical part.
So there's another component called parent calendar. I would not have developed during the COVID time. And this is a very innovative tool. I found it very useful for my child because in that time when the school closed, I didn't know what to do with my kids, right? So there is one for the parents. And they're very small activity, not something which is related to schools, but it is more like an engagement activity, communication starter between the parents and the student. So it also talks about, like, here it is the 12th of Jan is Vivekananda's, we are talking about Vivekananda, a very prominent character in India. So here 26th Independence Day. Then we are also talking about here drinking and other things. So there are different activities, whether we have QR scanners here, so they can scan it, read the book, leaves, different shape of leaves. Some are rectangular, some are triangle, some are little heart shape, different colors of the leaves. So all those things also can be done with the parents and can be at the so all 365 days we created this calendar. So this
So
is
you
also
thought of something to do every day?
every day, yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Trying to keep
A book or some activity is there and that's the whole objective. Especially it was important during the COVID times because we had 2 full school years that were lost.
Another thing which I was like last on library management committee. So what we give the ownership to them of this whole library, right? And this also is on a rotational basis. So we build the leadership among the students to take this whole forward. So this is again a very important aspect of our program from the sustainability point of view.
Not everything then goes to the teacher. It's also the students who are taking care of it, taking care of the books. If they are, are torn, taking care of them, repairing them, just ensuring that this room works well. So this is like a small thing.
So do any of these boys, I know he's 16, do the boys speak any English?
Some of them are targeted in English.
ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ?
You like
ನಿನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Yeah.
You can ask their favorite book.
What is your favorite book? Kama Kama Pakoda. That's like nice operators, like operators.
I think Mr. Gupte likes that one too.
Everybody in India likes it.
Thank you. Thank you, boys.
We hope you visit next time, and next time they read out some books in English also.
So what is the word to say in their language? Well, that is beautiful. It is all worthwhile. It makes us very happy, very proud. So what's in language, how do I say thank you?
Thank you. Next time they will have some words in English.
So what's your name?
My name is Rishi. I'm part of the community. I'm very proud to take part of this.
Yes, it's Rishi.
technology, use some of the gadgets that we use otherwise. So there are some snap circuits that the student can do. There are some snap with a 3D printer that they can know about. They can do some block coding. They can make some blocks, some gas, some science projects that they can make. And also kind of use the audio video mode of learning, so they can look at videos, documenting things, right? So these are all in inside this one.
Across India.
This is the Learn and Learn program that we do for youth skilling. This is the lab which is in Nagaland. Some pictures from the Learn and Learn program that we do for youth skilling across the country. We trained about 200 people across the country for aerospace industry. We also work with veterans on skilling veterans for second employment post they retire from the forces. Some pictures from the Learn and Learn program. Programs that we've done before. A lot of these programs are, most of these are with the Boeing suppliers. So the people that we are training then go back into the workforce there, they get absorbed there. They have the first set of access credit who are in this way. This is the government credit scheme. This is again for the veteran skilling program, skilling of veterans, learning on post-food care works. We've already had that conversation since yesterday. I met so many Boeing people, volunteers from Boeing, and they've all come forward and said, we want to do a aero modeling workshop, we want to do a circuitry workshop. So we are all planned that. And we'll be setting up about 7 such government schools in around this school. We'll be setting up labs there. We'll also be sending one person attached to each of these schools. So between 2 schools, there will be a person who will go and make sure that the
Yes, we do.
We can.
Congratulations.
So we're taking the school next door where so many people taking. Volunteers can be here. How was Praveena?
Yes, Praveena.
Yes, you met Praveena and Praveena.
Square.
I work for ITDA. Yeah, I work for DevSecOps program.
Thank you. How much time do you spend there?
About 5 months now. And 1 week into Boeing, I happened to meet Praveena, who introduced me to CGA. And 1 month I was onboarded with the Sociology program. And I mentor 6 beautiful children in the school. Yeah, I talk to them, we have conversations as a mentor on a variety of topics, on their career, music, K-pop, whatever. Just as an adult in their life, they believe I have figured out something, but I have not figured out everything. But to them, I am like someone whom they can talk and approach and ask questions. That's what a lot of volunteers here are doing.
And when you mentor children, do you physically
virtually, I've met them. Yeah, some couple of times I've met them, and we were there the day before, meeting them in person. But we do it virtually, and there are also academic classes that is being done, and a lot of it is being done by them. I'm just talking on their behalf. So there are multiple programs that run in Shishumandar, and it's called Shishumandar Magic because the children have been transformed to get they're all of them.
So Krishna has been leading this.
Narendra,
of course, is the star of all volunteering activities that we do in the country. But nothing is completed. He's devoted to their part.
So,
Volunteers.
This is the 1% of production.
There are a lot of
But you will increase it soon. Yeah, so we've set a target to ourselves. We are 100 now. By end of 2020. And we will be taking on. So they will be taking them into the next level of engaging, conducting workshops and stuff like that. All of these volunteers now are leading some or the other effort that we have as a they lead that as a volunteer partner, engage on strategy, execution, engagement, all that. What work as well.
So what's the best thing about building what do you get?
Social responsibility, right? We have got a lot from society. Now it's our turn to give back to the society. So Boeing is a great channel for us to go and support them. And that's where Praveena was telling that last weekend, Saturday, we went here. We were with the kids and we definitely enjoyed talking to them, taking their sessions. So it was a great experience. Humans are also as human beings, we are never satisfied with this one. This job we are doing as engineers, we're making good products and all that. That satisfaction is there. But there is also this, where we are living, we want to make things better around us. And as always Praveena says, right, we will do it because we can do it. I think that's one thing that inspires all of us. That's actually inspired also.
So to me, I will have one.
It's only for girls, because this is a girls' school.
Yeah.
So we have, according to their requirement, we have designed that.
No, these are always the best for the school because the cleanliness wise it is much better.
And we'll take care of the kids.
See, that is the important. More than
Almost a money take.
even the maintenance to some.
So requesting all the dignitaries to kindly take this into the seat.
SDMC President and School HM to kindly take the seat on the dais.
ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರುವ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕ ವೃಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಸುಲಭ್ LLF ರೂಮ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
From class 10 to come forward and then do a Bharatanatyam performance to commemorate the inauguration.
वराहरूपं देववरीशं वरस्मितवदनं वज्रदन्तधर रक्षाकवचम् शिवसम्भूत भुवि संजात ನಂಬಿದವಗಿಂಬು ಕೊಡುವವನೀತ ಸಾವಿರ ದೈವದ ಮನ ಸಂಪ್ರೀತ ಬೇಡುತ್ತ ನಿಂದೆವು ಆರಾಧಿಸುತ್ತ
Thank you, Sada, for that lovely performance.
ಪವಿತ್ರ ಅವರೇ, ಒಂದು ಅಸರ್ಟ್ 2022 ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ 92% ಆಫ್ ದ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ 14 to 16 ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್. 14 16 ವರ್ಷದ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ಮೆಂಟು ಅಸರ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ 2022 ಪ್ರಕಾರ 92% ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆನಾ?
You are right, Nitya. I think sanitation and basic clean drinking water facilities are very basic to any human being, and it is one of the basic necessities in schools also, because girl children have access to sanitation, have access to clean toilets and drinking water. Their enrollment has increased. That's what the study says. ಸೊ ನಿತ್ಯ ಇವಾಗ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಶೌಚಾಲಯಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನೀರಿನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾದದ್ದು. ಇದು ಶಾಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದೊರಕೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದಾಖಲಾತಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡ್ Sulabh has set up community toilets, and it's providing affordable drinking water facilities both in urban and rural areas. They have set up toilet complex for both boys and girls in the schools of Vijayapura. So a big hand of applause for Sulabh, please. I couldn't understand A, B, C, D or M of math and S of science. What do you say, Nitya?
I kind of agree with you. ಗಣಿತ ಮತ್ತು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ. ಸೊ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್, ಬಟ್ I think the way of teaching them should change from rote to experiential learning. So if you do that, then the interest of students will automatically increase, and they will be easily able to grasp the concepts as well. So in this regard, Learning Links Foundation has set up an innovation studio in the boys' school that enables children to learn science and math experientially, and also try and then create from technology, not just consume the technology of it. So a big round of applause to Learning Links Foundation for setting up the innovation studio in the boys' school. So ಇವಾಗ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಏನು? ಇವಾಗಲೇ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪಠ್ಯ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಿದೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದೋದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಠ್ಯೇತರ ಓದೋದನ್ನು ಹವ್ಯಾಸವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕಾ? ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಲಾಭ ಇದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ?
Okay, stories have been very basic to mankind from the beginning. From the time of kings and queens, all stories have been narrated, and that's the most interesting form of knowing any form of information. So how do we get these stories, especially children literature? ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕ ಮನೋಭಾವನ, ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿನ, ಸಂಶೋಧನಾತ್ಮಕ ಮನೋಭಾವನ ಬೆಳೆಸುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಲ್ಪನೆ, ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆ, ಮೋಜು, ಮನರಂಜನೆ ಇಂತಹ ಹಲವು ಪ್ರಕಾರಗಳ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಪ್ರಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಓದಬೇಕು, ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನಾ ಪಠ್ಯ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರದ ಜಾನರ್ ಓದೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಓದೋ ಹವ್ಯಾಸ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ. So in this regard, Room to Read India is providing learning opportunities and working towards developing reading habits among 300 plus children in 2 schools in Devanahalli block. So children-friendly libraries have been established with access to quality children literature, resource for parents, and capacity building support for educators. A big hand of applause for Room to Read Foundation.
sanitation complex, toilet complex agirbodu, and then we spoke about innovation resource in a school, and then we spoke about how do we develop reading habits. So we are very privileged and fortunate to be here for having Boeing, which is a leading aerospace company here, and it is their support and vision that all the three organizations have come together, where they are looking at infrastructure support. They are also looking at helping students to develop experiential learning and skills, and they are also looking at supporting the reading habits at the early stage. So this collaboration, this collaborative effort has been possible with a company having such a vision. So we are very thankful, and a big round of applause for Boeing for helping us build these facilities in both the schools. Thank you.
We'll have the lighting of Diya by Miss Gunjan, Srimati Gunjan, and also Mr. Brendan Nelson. Please, can I have you both for the lighting of the Diya, please?
Requesting. I request all the children to give a big round of applause as we mark the inauguration of this wonderful collaborative program by lighting the lamp.
Like to invite Miss Praveena. Praveena is the Chief of Staff and Boeing Global Engagement Lead for India and South Asia. I would welcome her on stage for doing the welcome note. Welcome her with a big round of applause, please.
Thank you. A very good evening to all the girls and the boys from the other school. Thank you for staying late this evening. It must be tiring, but I'm sure you'll enjoy this evening. Thank you to all the dignitaries and my leaders on stage, off stage, my colleagues, the volunteers from Boeing who've made time to come here, people from our partner organizations who are here with us to celebrate this very special occasion. This is very, very special to all of us. To me particularly, because when you go to a school and you see there is no toilet, it's appalling. And then we always talk about being a part of the change that we want to see. This is the change we want to see, and we are a part of this change. This is what makes me happy. Makes me happy that we are able to partner with the schools in the areas that we live in, where we will be able to contribute to the learning and growth of all these beautiful children. We are going to be able to provide to them opportunities to learn, teach us something in return. And thank you, young children, for such opportunities. None of this is complete if I didn't have the support of all the volunteers from Boeing who put in their weekend after weekend after weekend to make sure that they are a part of the change that we see in our societies. So thank you all. Thank you, Sulabh. Thank you, Learning Links Foundation. Thank you, Room to Read, for being our partners in making sure that we make the change that we want to see. Thank you very much.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಪ್ರವೀಣಾ. ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರವೀಣ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರೇನು ವಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಉತ್ಸುಕತೆಯಿಂದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಎಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋಣ. ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? 3, 2, 1 ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು? So they are saying they'll ensure that all that effort that has gone here, they'll make a best of use it. Another big round of applause for Praveena and for yourself also. Okay. So thanks Praveena for that. Now I request to come on the dais and address the gathering. Tripathi ji is the senior advisor for Sulabh International Center for Action Sociology. All please.
Honorable distinguished guests of the dais, fellow travelers and friends. It is a great pleasure to extend a hearty welcome to the persons who have come here to participate in this function of the opening of the toilets here. Besides this, I welcome Nelson because I know two persons by the name of Nelson. One is Nelson Mandela in South Africa, and second Nelson here, who is the president of the Boeing over here. So you find the main theme continues is the same. One fought for the apartheid policy in South Africa, and second is fighting for social transformation in third world countries, how they can become equal and there can be equality on that particular direction. We find, you look from the point of view of the Sulabh, which was established in 1970. It has controlled not only India, but with the neighboring countries. If you remember that we have done a very lot of work in Africa, we call capacity building program in Mozambique, South Africa, Ethiopia and Kenya. This was the initiative which was taken by Sulabh and bring about a new type of transformation over there. If you look to the Indian perspective, the toilets were not there in the schools, in the primary and secondary schools. They were the great hindrance for the girls. There are very high percentage of dropouts among the girls that do not go to attend the classes over there. And this was the initiative which was taken by the Sulabh. In Delhi we have started from their own project, and I am thankful for the Boeing company on the basis of which they extended the cooperation and do the work on that particular direction. So we are thankful that the things are moving on that direction. I remember one mythological story, Indians maybe know it. In Mahabharata, Vyasji is there. His son Sukdevi was there. And Janak was the king of especially Nepal, border of UP. Now, once Vyas asked his own son, go and see which is the most important thing in the society which can be preserved and which can be seen or which can be neglected at all. So he asked him to go and meet Janak. And Janak will give you the story on that direction. When Sukdev went to Janak, Janak said, go and have a 1 month field work and see which things are there on that direction. Then Sukdev found a 1% of open defecation. Then he has seen the whole excreta of the human being and said, this is useless. When this idea came to Sukdevji, then Vishnu come over there in a different shape and mention about this. Whatever you are eating, the same thing is there. So there is a cycle of the whole thing that you cannot do on that direction. So there are certain societies which make a stigma on the human excreta. But by society, there is economic motivation. China, They have never distinction between the human etc. They touch it and send it to the field and go on that direction. So I'm trying to mention here that this whole movement of Sulabh is a social transformer movement, removing the inequalities, giving the dignity and the human rights for those scavengers which have been completely marginalized in the society over there. So this is our moral duty and commitment, on the basis of which, when we talk of the Constitution, equality, fraternity and dignity, then on this basis things come in own direction. So I am thankful for the Boeing that he has given in response of the program on different directions, and we have done on that basis, and I congratulate the workers of the Sulabh that they have done nicely, better, and Mr. Nelson will be able to mention his own comment how we have done work on this particular direction. Thank you very much for giving extra time to speak on that direction, because I was giving only for 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause for Tripathi ji. It's pleasure having you here, sir. Sulabh ಅವರು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ನೇಬರಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್, ಆಫ್ರಿಕನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ನೇಬರಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ ವರ್ಕ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸುಲಭ್ಗೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದರ ಇದು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೇಷನ್, ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇನ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ದೋಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. Now I request Mr. Sudeep Dubey, partner Learning Links Foundation, to come on the stage and address the gathering. Sudeep looks after technology and innovation solutions to the schools, and it is very close to his heart. He loves to see kids playing with and tinker, and he himself does it sometimes. Over to you, Sudeep.
Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to the dignitaries on the dais. Several years ago, I read something which says, Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayam dadati patratam, patratva dhanam apnoti, dhanat dharmam tatev sukham. In simple English, it will mean that education is the fountainhead of everything that we achieve in life. If you are not educated, then you are nothing. That's the motto that we at Learning Links Foundation believes. And it is with that and I'm glad that we found a partnership with Boeing, which has helped us in setting up this lab, which is in the neighboring school, where the children will be able to explore, go beyond what is written in the books, and be able to see, experience the learning that they are reading in the books, practically. And that's the best way to learn. So we are very blessed to have launched the first lab in Devanahalli here today, and we look forward to inaugurating, having many more such labs. And everybody here, the students here are also, we'll invite them. If you want to learn, if you want to see what technology can do, you are free to come over and have a look at the lab in the neighboring school. That's all that I wanted to share. Thank you to the Boeing company for giving us this opportunity for doing this and a lot more that we are doing with the Boeing company across the country, where we are empowering youth, empowering people from the defense background, empowering communities at large. And that is a very, very satisfying and fulfilling experience for us at Learning Links Foundation. So thank you from the bottom of our heart to the Boeing company and the people of Devanahalli here for having us here. Thank you.
ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕನಸೆಲ್ಲ ನನಸಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಅವರು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋ ಸುದೀಪ್ ದೂಬೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬಾರಿಸೋಣ. Now I would like to call upon this stage Rishi Rajwanshi and talk a couple of words and inspire the children. Rishi currently serves Room to Read as Associate Director, Program Operations. He has 15 years of experience and he has led various implementation projects in education across various states in India. He has also managed multiple multi-year grants from various national and international development agencies. Welcome, Rishi.
Good evening. Thanks. Honorable Commissioner Ma'am, Boeing team, Sulabh International team, and a lot of volunteers from Sulabh International who have made this event happen. Thank you so much. The Room to Read team, the students, the teachers, and the principal of these two schools. So it's really indeed a great pleasure to be here. And I was talking to one of my colleagues day before yesterday, and her daughter has secured 5th rank in Odisha's national the law entrance exam. And one of the person who was interviewing this girl asked her, what is the secret? And she said that I like reading, and the reading comprehension part of the entrance exam was a cakewalk for me. Now generally you would not expect that a simple and an important habit like reading would serve you so well in a high or a college level exams, and that's true for all of us who have appeared for the MBA entrance and other exams. So that is the power of reading. And at Room to Read, we want to make this as a mission. This is our mission. We, as one of the reports that ASA report that the anchor just spoke about, unfortunately a lot of students in India, even if they go into standard 5, they are not able to read fluently and with comprehension. We want to change that. We know that it is possible to change that, and we know libraries is a very important part of it. But while we have put a lot of effort inside the schools, and if there are parents here, I would really request them that it is equally important that they also contribute immensely. It's 30 minutes daily. Sit with your child. If you can't read aloud a story, ask someone else to do that. But talk and engage and let them express. That is the most important thing for a child to learn. So as we were in the session with the Boeing team, next time when Brendan is here, he will speak to the students in Kannada and the students will speak to him in English. That's the deal we have. Thank you.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ರಿಷಿ. ಓದೋ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಬರೀ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಠ್ಯಪುಸ್ತಕ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪಠ್ಯೇತರ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ರೂಢಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ develop the habit of reading. Now it's time to welcome Shri Salil Gupte. Salil Gupte is responsible for leading and integrating Boeing's work in India across 3 business units. That's Boeing Commercial Airplanes, Boeing Global Services, and Boeing Defense, Space and Security. Salil leads a team of 4,000 people. ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಬೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಹೆಡ್. ಅವ್ರ ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? 4,000 ಪೀಪಲ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಒಂದು ಜೋರ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
Thank you so much, and good afternoon. To Ms. Gunjan, Krishna, thank you so much for joining us today. When we invest and when we partner to build these types of facilities, we have only one thing in mind, and that is that the students that are here and at the neighboring school are the future of this nation and of this world. That the students here are going to create the next great inventions, are going to run the governments of the future, are going to run civil society for the future. And we need to make sure that the students have everything that they need to learn, to come to school, to prepare to achieve that success. And we know that what they need is some of the most basic infrastructure like toilets, but they also need things like what Room to Read is able to provide. The libraries to inspire the ideas of tomorrow, the STEM labs from Learning Links Foundation to train them how to think, to train them how to solve problems, to solve the science, the challenges that science can help us solve, and to invent the things that we will need for a better tomorrow. all of that is going to come from India. It's going to come from India to solve the problems of India, and it's going to come from India to solve the problems of the world. And it's going to come from all of you students. It's not going to come from me. As much as I love everyone on the dais, it's not going to come from us. It's going to come from you. And we want to do everything that we can for you to build a better world. So that's what today is all about for us. Thank you so much.
ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪೀಳಿಗೆ, ಈ ದೇಶದ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪೀಳಿಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಪಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡಿರೋ ಸಲಿಲ್ ಗುಪ್ತೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಲೀಲ್ ಗುಪ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕನಸು ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಡಯಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನಲ್ ವಿಮೆನ್. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಕೆಲಸದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಥರ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಜನತೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಗುಂಜನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಗುಂಜನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ is an IAS officer. She is currently serving as the Commissioner, Department of Industries and Commerce, Government of Karnataka. Srimati Gunjan conceptualized the Mobile Governance Project of Karnataka. Let's heartily welcome Ms. Gunjan Krishna.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. So I wish I could speak more in Kannada, but I will try to speak both in English and Kannada. All the respected Boeing team on the dais, Sulabh, it was very inspiring to hear Mr. Tripathi. Learning Link, amazing work that you are doing. Room to Read, again, something very close. And all the volunteers, amazing work that you have done. Hats off to you. And all the lovely students, girls present here. What I would like to say is, when we are students, we need to have a dream. And the dream is the most important. So how many students here dream, and what are your dreams? Important thing is that we need to see what we want to become in future. So we need to have a dream about what we're going to become. And for that, again, we need to know what the all information that we require to become that. So you need to first have a dream. Then you need to know what all information. If you want to become an IAS officer, if you want to work in a company like Boeing, if you want to become, say, even the Prime Minister or a minister, or you want to become a doctor or engineer, you should know that in order to become a doctor or engineer, what should I do? So all the information. Third important thing is hard work. Without hard work, nothing is possible. So you need to work hard, and nothing is impossible if you work hard. So the next important thing is working hard. And there would be lot of obstacles that will come. Lot of problems will come in your way. But the important thing is, have belief in yourself that I can achieve, I can become. And these are the things that will ensure that you go forward in life. And I am also an example. I come from a very small town. I won't say very small, but compared to Bangalore small. I come from Meerut. But my main aim was that I should become something in life. I should make my family proud. I should make my town proud. And for that, once I did my 12th, I said to my mom that I will not stay here and study. I need a bigger vista. So I went to Delhi to do my college. Similarly, when IAS thing, so I told my parents that I will not get married now. I will do the exam. So the important thing is that we should work for ourselves, work for the community. And when we do something, like we achieve something for ourselves, we can do a lot more for the community. So this is my message, very simple message for all the children who are there. You are our future, and I wish you all the very, very best. And congratulations to Team Boeing. This would not have been possible, because the one thing that we all need to work as a community is to strengthen our education system. And here, in what you have done, we all see all the three things. We see the sanitation, which is the basis, because that's a hygiene factor that has to be there. Then we see, reading. Languages are very important, because they are our, through that we get to know the world. So languages, reading, that's the thing. And the third, we are talking about this old world, the progress happened through science, technology, mathematics. And again, we have got all of these three things have come very beautifully through this initiative of Boeing, and I congratulate them. Please make use of all the facilities, and if you have any questions, anything, please feel free. Those of you who want to become ISR officer, come to me and we'll have a chat. Thank you. Namaskar.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಬರೀ ಕನಸು ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾ? ಕನಸು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ? ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಶ್ಯೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ ಗುಂಜನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ಗೆ. They are agreeing to dream and work hard. Okay, so it's now time to call Dr. Brendan Nelson, Senior Vice President, Boeing Company and President, Boeing International. Nelson is responsible for company's international strategy and corporate operations outside United States, overseeing 20 regional offices in key global market. US ಹೊರಗಡೆ 20 ದೇಶದ 20 ರೀಜನಲ್ ಆಫೀಸಸ್ನ ಬ್ರೆಂಡನ್ ಸರ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್.
Thank you. When I was a little boy and at school, whenever someone came to my school wearing a uniform like this, I got very sleepy because there was a lot of talking. And I think we're there today. Distinguished guests on the dais, Commissioner, teachers, volunteers, parents, and most importantly students. It is a privilege to be here. I am overwhelmed. By the way, I am actually a doctor, a physician, and then a politician, and then a diplomat, and then I ran a huge museum in Australia, and now I'm very fortunate to lead Boeing internationally. I'm overwhelmed to be here for a number of reasons. The welcome that you have given me. These, my flowers, the smiles on the faces of young students, a magnificent marquee which you have made in blue and white Boeing colours. As a physician and other things that I have done, I realise that there are three things that have advanced humankind, enriched our lives and the length of our lives, and they are all embraced by what you are doing and what we have had the great fortune to support. Sanitation, as we heard. Education. Thomas Jefferson, given Boeing is an American company, the great third president, said that until you learn to read, you will never be free. And that literacy and reading is the currency of democracy. And he said that what most protects us and the defence of our nations is education. And it is that that will protect you and the great nation of India. And then science, technology, new discoveries. It is a privilege for our company, Boeing, to support you, the toilet program, the libraries, the science and technology, laboratories, and all of those things. We and all of us and me, I started my life being a doctor because I wanted to make a difference to the lives of other people. And that is the value of a life well spent. Boeing is a company that seeks to advance humankind. Providing money to you for this is one thing, of which we are immensely proud. But what we are actually prouder of is our volunteers. The most valuable thing you can give another human being is your time, your expertise and your training. More than 100 of our fellow employees give of themselves, their time, their knowledge, their mentoring, and their love of the next generation of Indians to support you in having your dreams. And as the Commissioner said, you should dream to be whatever you want to be, especially the young women of India. The families who love you and from which you come. That is where you are now. But where you will go in your life is going to be determined by what happens here. The men and women who teach you, the volunteers who support you, and your capacity to learn, to not only read, express yourselves well, but to understand the importance of science and technology to a stronger, better world, a better India, and fulfillment in your lives. As I said, when people turn up dressed like this, there's a lot of talking and you get very sleepy. I did not disappoint you. Thank you.
ಬೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬ್ರೆಂಡನ್ ನೌ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯೋರ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್. ಅವರು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣಬೇಕು, ಕನಸನ್ನು ನನಸು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ತನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅವರೊಬ್ಬರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್ನು, ಅವರು ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರು, ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರು, ಇವಾಗ ಇಡೀ ಕಂಪನಿನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೂ ನಾವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ದಾಗ ಇಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬ್ರೆಂಡನ್ ನೆಲ್ಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ HM ರಾಜು ಅವ್ಲೇಕರ್ ಅವರು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಎರಡು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೋರ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿದೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕನಸುಗಳಿಗೆ ರೆಕ್ಕೆ ಮೂಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಆ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮೂಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಸುಲಭ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವರ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಣನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನು ವರ್ಣಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪದಗಳು ಸಾಲದು ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮನೋಭಾವ ನಮಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮರಳಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೀಮು ಅವರು ಸಮಾಜದಿಂದ, ಸಮುದಾಯದಿಂದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದನ್ನು ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸಹಿತ ನನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದಂಥ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದಾದಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆದರೂ ಸಹಿತ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉತ್ಸಾಹದಿಂದ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಣೆ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹಿತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಭಾಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಅಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯವರು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಹಾಯ ಹಸ್ತವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಲೂಕಿನ ದೇವನಹಳ್ಳಿ ತಾಲೂಕಿನ 10 ಶಾಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕರವಾದಂಥ ವಾತಾವರಣ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಲರ್ನಿಂಗು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೂ ಸಹಿತ ಒಂದು ಫಂಡನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಸದುಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತು ಏಷ್ಯಾದ ಏನು ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಈ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಣ್ಯರ ನಡುವೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೂ ಸಹಿತ ಅಂಥವರ ನಡುವೆ ನಾನು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸದವಕಾಶ ಈ ಒದಗಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಸ್ತವ್ಯಸ್ತ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾವು ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೇ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಸಹಿತ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ ಜಿ ಒಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಸಹಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಕಟ್ಟೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದದ್ದು. ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯ ಟೀಮ್ಗಳಿಗೆ, ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದಂಥ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಭಾಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾದಂಥ ಶೌಚಾಲಯ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಂಥದ್ದು ಸುಲಭ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವರು, ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಣೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಮತ್ತು ನಾನೊಂದು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸಹಿತ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೇ ಇದ್ದು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಅರುಣ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಮೇಂದರ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಸದಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಸಹಿತ ಒಂದು ಚ್ಯುತಿ ಆಗದ ಹಾಗೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗದ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ನನ್ನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕ ವೃಂದದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು SDMC ಸದಸ್ಯರು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದಂತಹ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್. ಸಹಾಯನ ಸದುಪಯೋಗ ಪಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಮನೋಭಾವನೆ ಇರೋದು ಭಾಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು. ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್, but there should also be a lot of acceptance and collaboration. Without your support and collaboration, this is again impossible. Thank you so much for the collaboration. HM Gunjan ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಹೇಳೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಕೊನೆಯ ಹಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸುಧಾಂಶು ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. Sudhanshu has been very much involved in BGE. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to have him convey the vote of thanks for everybody. Please, all yours, Sudhanshu.
Namaskara. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just getting some inspiration from him. That's all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sudhanshu Acharya from the Boeing company. On behalf of everyone here today, I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude to all those who have contributed to this magnificent occasion. Your unwavering support and selflessness have been the driving force behind this success. Our deepest great thanks go to all those of these for their support and commitment to making the positive impact in our community. Ms. Gunjan Krishna, I as Commissioner for Industrial Development and Director for Department of Industries and Commerce, Government of Karnataka. Dr. Brandon Nelson, President for Boeing International. Mr. Salil Gupte, President Boeing India. Ms. Praveena Yagnambhat, Chief of Staff and Boeing Global Engagement Lead for Boeing India and South Asia. Professor Satyendra Tripathi, Senior Advisor for Sulabh International Center for Action Sociology. Mr. Rishi Rajwanshi, Associate Director for Room to Read. Mr. Raju Avlekar, Headmaster for GGHS Vijaypura. Mr. Basavaraju S. SDMC, President for GGSS Vijaypura. School teachers, authorities from GG Government Girls School and the Boys School. Volunteers from Boeing, Learn, Room to Read, LLF and Sulabh International. Other leaders from Boeing, partner organizations who took a time out of their busy schedule to grace this occasion. Representatives from other partner organizations like Shishu Mandir, Building Blocks, Unnati, etc. Last but not the least, the children from the government high school and the boys school. Your contributions have made an enormous difference and we could not have achieved this without you. I also want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the dedicated team who has worked tirelessly to make this event a reality. Your passion, hard work and tireless efforts are truly inspiring. and we are forever grateful for your contributions. Let us take a moment to reflect on what we have accomplished together and celebrate this incredible journey. Let us continue to work hand in hand towards building a better tomorrow for all. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this truly unforgettable occasion. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಯಿತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪಯಣ ಬಹುಕಾಲ ಮುಂದುವರೆಯಲಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
This would give a standing ovation to Mr. Nelson Ji on this particular way of dedication, commitment, and the social transformation.
Thank Boeing sincerely, without whom this would not have been possible. Thank you everybody. Thanks all the dignitaries on the stage. Thank you all the students, teachers and volunteers who are assembled here. And thank you Gunjan ma'am for giving your precious time and blessing all the children and inspiring them to be future IAS officers. Thank you everybody.